From Life, Law, and Lattes, this is Before Forever, a guided conversation series exploring the questions couples should ask before marriage or long-term commitment. Because strong relationships are built on more than love. They're built through honesty, alignment, and intentional conversation. Now here's your host, attorney, author, and life strategist, Nadia Gilks.
Hello and welcome back to Life, Law, and Lattes and our Before Forever series where we're exploring one meaningful conversation at a time. I'm your host, Nadia Gilks, and today we're continuing our Financial Foundation series with a conversation that most couples would rather avoid. But as we've said throughout the series, avoiding a conversation does not eliminate its impact. It usually just delays it. Now, before we dive in, don't forget you can download your own copy of the free Before Forever Reflection Workbook from the resources page at elegalcafe.com and follow along each week as you and your partner go through these conversations and take notes on your own. One of the things I've learned is that surprises can be very expensive, sometimes financially, sometimes emotionally, and sometimes both. I've sat across the table from couples who weren't angry because their spouse had debt. They were angry because they didn't know about it, or because they found out after the wedding, or because they discovered it when they filed their tax returns together and the tax refund suddenly disappeared, or when wages started to be garnished. The debt wasn't always the biggest problem. The surprise was. So today's question, have wages or tax refunds ever been garnished? At first, this question sounds incredibly specific, but it's really asking something much bigger. What financial obligations are you bringing into this relationship? Are there back taxes, outstanding child support, a judgment, a payment plan, collections, a lien, or any other financial obligation that will continue affecting your life after you say I do? This isn't about embarrassing anyone. It's just about transparency, because your partner deserves to know what financial realities they're walking into, not to judge you, but to understand you. I've seen couples get married expecting to receive a nice tax refund only to discover it was intercepted because of back child support or unpaid taxes. I've seen people assume a house belonged to their spouse only to later learn it actually was owned by their parent or another family member. I've seen financial decisions that were made years before a relationship began continue affecting the couple years after they got married. And here's the thing. Sometimes those situations weren't anyone's fault. People lose their jobs. Businesses fail. Medical bills pile up. Life happens. But regardless of how you got there, those conversations still need to happen. Think about your financial picture today. If your partner asked, is there anything in your financial life that could affect us in the future? Would they already know the answer? Would they know about payment plans, outstanding obligations, support orders, IRS issues, or would any of that come as a surprise? Because trust isn't built by pretending problems don't exist. It's built when people can tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Let's pause for a legal latte moment. One thing I've learned after years of practicing law is that financial obligations do not disappear just because a new relationship begins. A marriage doesn't erase unpaid taxes. It doesn't cancel child support. It doesn't make judgments vanish. Those responsibilities continue, and in some cases, they can affect both spouses. That's why I encourage couples to have these conversations before they're forced to have them. Not because every financial challenge is a deal breaker. It's far from it. Couples work through debt, payment plans, financial setbacks together all the time. The key is that they know what they're working through. Secrets create distance. Honesty creates options. I'd much rather see couples make financial plans together than try to untangle financial surprises later. If today's question makes you feel uncomfortable, that's okay. Some of the most valuable conversations are uncomfortable. But this isn't really about garnishments or tax refunds or child support. It's about whether the person you love knows the full financial picture that they're walking into. Not because you're expected to be perfect, but because you're choosing to build a life together, and that kind of partnership deserves honesty. If you're following along with the Before Forever Reflection Workbook, take a few minutes this week to think beyond your bank balance. What financial responsibilities, obligations, or commitments should your partner understand? Those conversations today can build trust for tomorrow. Financial transparency isn't about having a perfect past. It's about giving your partner an honest picture of the future you're asking them to build with you. Next time, we're moving from financial history to financial teamwork. And we'll ask, how do you envision splitting financial responsibilities? Because once you're honest about where you are, the next question becomes, how do we move forward together? If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share, subscribe, wherever you're listening. Share this series with someone else, invite them into the conversation as well. And until next time, lead with honesty and love with intention.
You've been listening to Before Forever, a guided conversation series from Life, Law, and Lattes. Download the free Before Forever Reflection Workbook at illegalcafe.com/resources. And until next time, keep asking the questions that matter.